Welcome to the show. This week we visit Botswana for international motocross. Greg Melody is your commentator. Hold on tight.
Welcome to Botswana and continued coverage of the MX of African Nations. Teams from all over Africa have come out here and they're going to welcome you to Gaborone. And we're ready to go now. We've had some incredible action last week. Expect more of the same as we kick off with the Vets and Masters. The Marshals have done an incredible job, but we're looking forward to all the action now on the track. And what a track they've prepped here this weekend. Jeff Dan will certainly be looking to run at the front end of the Masters category. Topless and Bircher looking to fight it out with Warren Thorne in the Veterans. 5-second board, gate's about to drop. Heads up as they get out the gate. Oh, getting stuck in the gate there, the 44, Ben King. Didn't quite go according to plan for the Zimbabwean, but heading down towards turn number 1. Who has got the whole shot? Looks like Warren Thorne might have gone through, and he's fighting hard to get ahead, but look at that, Den's in there as well. Absolutely amazing stuff. As they come out, a couple of riders going down in the background. Look at that, there's a whole bunch that have gone down there. Hopefully be able to get back up and running, but they are way away from the front 3 who are starting to get away. It's Zimbabwean, Warren Thorne out front, and he's fighting there with Topless. Rest of the field eventually getting up, and you can see just at the end, took him a while, but eventually got back up again. That's Bert Chiasa, another of the Zimbabweans who unfortunately got caught out in that first lap incident. Brett Bircher is starting to make his way through. He's sitting in third place just behind the 2 leaders. Look how tight it is between these 2 leaders. Thorne and Topless side by side over that jump into the motor section now. Looking for a way through. Topless is on the inside. Can he make it stick? Oh, he's got good drive. But Warren Thorne just keeps him at bay. But further back there, Jeff Den fighting with Holiday and Gary Killian for Masters Honours. Who's going to end up at the top end of that one? Oh, they're starting to come in amongst some back markers now. That could come into play. Dax Hunt on the 14 bike. He's sitting currently in about 4th or 5th place in the Veterans and about 6th place overall on track. Coming through nicely as well. Keep an eye out on that field. Owen Klulo from Botswana. The 8 bike out there as well. Hanging on. That's Shane Thomas. Good to see Shane Thomas. He's had a fantastic weekend here and looking to be at the front end if he can. Probably going to get to top 5 in the Masters. Thorne hangs on for now, but it looks like he might be in trouble, and I think Topless has got through on him. Topless has just got through and gone to the lead, and he's starting to open up a bit of a margin now. Brett Bircher starting to close in on the back end of Warren Thorne. Aerial material over the big jumps, a nice camera angle there to show the height that these riders get. Thorne's down to 3rd, Bircher's to 2nd. Here comes Ken Peterson from Lochinvar on his Honda. And the Botswanan having a good one. Not quite doing the double, but still in there. And I think what we're finding now is the Masters and Vets will probably start to feel the effects of this first heat. Shane Thomas certainly will be. He's on an enduro bike, so the enduro suspension probably not ideal to be racing motocross with. However, he's in the top 5 of the Masters. Topless, though, is the man they all want to catch. And I don't know if Birch is going to be able to do that. We've seen it all season long in the National Championship, but here at MX of African Nations, it's Topless taking the win. He comes through for the win. Bircher will come through for 2nd, and Warren Thorne from Zimbabwe will take 3rd place.
Yes, yeah, trying to keep my speeds like the MXOAN guys. Getting a little bit older now, so things are a little bit tougher, but yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it.
2nd place in the Masters, Jeff Den.
I've been riding here for years. Like a little secret of place, really. Not a lot of guys come ride here, but I love coming here. It's awesome.
In the 65cc's, we have a very healthy class. And in fact, what we've seen from the African nations is there's a lot of riders coming through to South Africa to be part of the National Championship to get their eye in and get some seat time. 5-second board drops, and so do the gates, and down towards turn 1 they go. Keep an eye out on the usual contenders at the front end. It should be about Diane Manuel, but also, wow, what a start there from the 7 bike. Emmanuel Bucko from Vision Racing is doing a super job, and it looks like he's got the whole shot. Yes, he has. Bucko hangs on for now, but look at how they're starting to sort things out in the background there. James Thompson coming alongside his stablemate from South Africa, Luke Grundy. The Zambian Rory Donaldson also got a good start, as did Akena and Akai from Uganda. That is Milton Abotes, and 2 brothers fighting in this pack, looking to get to the front end if they can. The 101 is Tyler Tarantino. Did not get the start he wanted. Remember, he's riding as an individual, not as part of the South African team, but he certainly goes a lot quicker. Maybe not getting to grips with this course as well as what he hoped. The 13 bike is James Thompson. Look how he's making up ground. He's slowly but surely catching the two Zimbabweans at the front end. Rider down. Oh, looks like a problem there for Josh Fredman. Another one of the Zambian riders. The 7 bike is Bucko, and he's now lost the lead, and that's why he's getting sideways. Oh, Speedway style coming out of Bucko. Incredible stuff, but at the front end, his teammate is getting away. Diane Manuel, the Granger Racing boy, is looking like he could take the win here. Trying to get away from this pack is not easy. Warren Toy also starting to feel the effects of a slightly wetter track, but you can see these little 65s now seem to find the hot lines. 26 is Olin Orland, also from Uganda. And the 6 bike now is the man they've got to catch. Can anybody do anything about Diane Manuel? Looks like Vion Deploy is trying. Whoa, look at that. Luca Manot, high flying and also starting to get to the front end. Behind him comes Warren Toy. Toy looking pretty tasty out there. Then James Thompson, Seth Young, Luke Grundy right there too. Timo Topfer, not too far off. And the Swaziland rider is certainly looking like he's got a chance of getting into this top 10. He's in the top 10 right now, trying to hang on because he's in the 9th spot. Here comes the battle for 2nd place, and it looks like Vion Deploy's got on the inside. Yes, he has. Bucko's been demoted down to 3rd place. Checkered flag is out though for Diane Manuel. He's going to take the first victory in the 65s. Vion Deploy just getting through there on the last lap, beating Bucko to the line for the podium. Straight into the MX125 category, the Brat Pack. And if you've ever seen anybody with no fear, it's any one of these riders lined up in the gate right now. The front end should be about Cam Durrow, Regan Warsmith, Ricky Roth, and Keegan Hickson Mahoney. But never ever take out the fact that you've got Travis Goosen in there, you've got Mark Carty, and you've got Cam Thompson. They can all run at the front as well. Heading down towards, yeah, look at that! They are 7 by 7 making into turn 1. Who's going to get through in the lead? Only you can guess. They come through the dusty bits, and it looks at the front end, the 101 of Cam Durrow who's hit the front. But look at how they're starting to mix it up in the mid-pack. Bars banging, exactly what we expected. The 15 bike of Travis Goosen in the mix there, and you can see him fighting hard there with 37. Unbelievable stuff from Jean Van As from Namibia. One of the Namibian riders is coming through there and showing us what he's made of. Keegan Hickson Mahoney is right there as well. Not too far off the back end, but Ricky Roth got a great start. And you can see Roth hanging on for now on the 12 bike, keeping Hickson Mahoney out. Oh, this is just incredible action out of our MX125s. As we mentioned, these guys hold nothing back, and Cam Thompson is not too far off the front end. This is Cam Durrow, though. South African rider, but an individual entry, and he leads things out over the rest of this pack. Coming through is Regan Warsmith from Zimbabwe. He is slowly but surely starting to make his way to the front end, and looks like he could give Durrow a run for his money. Ricky Roth also looking for a chance. Further back there, the 17 rider. Great run from him. That's Kiprop Kandi from Kenya. Great to see that the Kenyans, the Ugandans, the Namibians are all in the mix, showing that the development of their riders is coming along nicely. Oh, Jean Van As just gets it all wrong. Unfortunately, just gets missed by the rider behind him. There's the leader, Durrow from Regan Warsmith. Ricky Roth is down in 4th, but Hickson Mahoney is only just ahead of him. So he looks like he might be able to catch up and get past some keys. Oh, massive airtime out of Cam Durrow. And that's the gap he's got now over Warsmith and Roth and Hickson Mahoney. Nothing in between the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place battle. But at the front end, it looks like he might be all sewed up. Josh Potts comes through there from Botswana and a rider down. The 102 is down there, unfortunately. Mark Carty will get back up. And another one down. Oh, they're dropping like flies now. 44 is the rider down there. Looks like Ivy Fredman from Zambia. A little bit of issues there for him. 17, once again, Kipro Kandi back up again. But look at this. The leaders are in the mix now. And I think back markers could be the problem. There's a move on the inside. Hickson Mahoney looking at the inside of Roth. Roth is going to try and come back at him. Look how tight it was for the win, though. Warsmith right on the tail of Cam Durrow. 22 bikes now lined up for MX2s. The cream of the crop. Watch for those gates to drop. Oh, somebody got stuck in the gate. Looks like 2 riders might have got stuck in the gate there. Who's going to get the whole shot as they head down towards turn 1? Look out for Mlimi. Look out for Ash Thixton. The Zimbabwean definitely wants to take a victory here. Further down, look out for Doug Morris as well from Botswana. And Johan Vogelsang, king of the whole shots in South Africa, has done it again. He's gone to the front end and he's going to run there with Mlimi. The two of them starting to open up a big margin. Look at how they pulled away from Thixton. Thixton can't hang on for now. Starting to make their way through very rapidly though. As you can see there is Nicholas Phelps and Tyron Beverly. The two South Africans slowly but surely fighting their way through the field. and fighting hard. You can see with a whole bunch of Botswanan riders as well. The president is in the house. They do not want to let him down. Vogelsang hangs on for now. Mlimi is second. Look at the gap they've pulled. And they're pulling it on Tyron Beverly from South Africa. Josh Goby there from Zimbabwe. Fighting hard for 5th place at this stage. There's nothing in it for these riders. Look at how they're starting to take slightly different lines. The track is starting to break up ever so slightly, and the brake bumps are there, so are the ruts. You've got to get the right line if you want to be at the front end of this field, and that's exactly what all these riders are trying to do. Michael DeVos from the DRC, great run from him, just outside the top 10. 11 bike of Josh Mlimi has hit the front. And is there going to be any answer out of Johan Vogelsang? He's lost a lot of ground, so I think there might have been a mistake there slightly from Vogelsang. He's now falling into the clutches of Ash Thixton. Thixton certainly wants to be higher up than what he is. The 13 by Keegan Barnard. He is now under threat, and you can see Nicholas Phelps, Tyron Beverly, Josh Goby from Zimbabwe, and Doug Morris from Botswana starting to come into play here in the closing stages. The 42 machine comes flying through there. Good to see Carl Bowling. And looks like all problems. Kagiso Stevens crashes out, the Botswanan rider. His two counterparts, though, are not having any issues. In fact, they're just fighting hard all the way through the field. Bonella Ronanto and Mark Carr-Hartley having some fun. Oh, there's a rider down in a big way there. Looks like Carl Bowling from Zambia has crashed out. And it doesn't look like he's going to get back up again. Mlimi going through on one of the back markers. Mark Carr-Hartley there losing a lap right on his tail. Vogelsang is closed down, but he's pulled a big margin over Thixton. And I don't know if they're going to be able to catch it. Good to see Nicholas Phelps up in 4th place overall, but the checkered flag is out, and it's going to be Bubba. Mlimi takes the win. First blood to South Africans. Second goes to Johan Vogelsang. He hung on, and 3rd place to Thixton.
Thanks, Greg. We'll be back with more motocross action from Botswana right after the break. Don't stray too far.